What is good, YouTube world? J Coffee Talk, back with some more news for you guys. We got some hip hop news we got to get into, but first, man, some sad news out of the sports world. We're talking about boxing. And once again, man, all the boxing fans out there, please hit the comments, share your memories, thoughts, everything. Like, let's talk. Leon Spinks, legendary boxer, has passed away at the age of 67. Prostate cancer is what he passed from. And once again, man, like side conversation real quick. I just hate cancer. I swear to God. I was just talking to, like an acquaintance that I talked to. They just lost someone to cancer. You hear this, like, about Leon Spinks, man. Like, I just hate cancer, man. And anyone battling cancer or someone like a loved one is, like, hit me via DM on social media. I have some info I want to share with you guys. Once again, though, for the system and everything, J Coffee Talk is not a medical expert. I'm not giving advice. I don't have any CURESs or anything like that. I just want to share some game with people. That's all, some information. But getting back to talking about Leon Spinks, whenever I would talk boxing with people, the fans who've been fans for a long time would always, talk about Leon Spinks. And I know boxing ran in the family, as he had a son who was a champion, a brother who was in the Olympics. Also, Spinks was in the Olympics. And then those fights back in the day versus Muhammad Ali, he won the title at the Superdome, went 15 rounds, man. Like, that's wild. When did they change it from 15 to 12 rounds? Them old school fighters were tough, man. They really were. Not saying that fighters nowadays ain't, but back in the day, like, it was just wild. It feels like, I don't know. For those who've been around for a minute, the older generation, comment, let me know, you know what I mean? But yeah, he won the title from Ali in 78 and then lost a rematch to Ali. And I've heard people talk about these fights. It kind of reminds me of, what was it, Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. They had like 3 fights, right? And the parasailer or whatever, crashed into the ring and all that. It's wild. Some memories from when I was a kid, those Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, right? That's who it was. But hit the comments. Rest in peace out to this legend. Very, very sad news. Had to tap in, speak on this real quick. But like I said, all the fans of boxing, leave your comments, memories, factoids and information you want to share, all that. Please get in the comments. That's what the J Coffee Talk channel is all about. If you're new and you didn't know, it's to talk with you guys on these different topics that we cover. Now, moving along to this hip hop news, a lot of people, myself included, were like, what's going on here? When we saw Jim Jones and French Montana squashing beef, we kind of automatically, like, they were talking about doing versus battles and stuff. And then I feel like a lot of people, like I said, I thought so. We're like, okay, well, that means, Jim and Max are going to be able to work things out. We also were hearing reports and actually saw a video of Jim Jones doing performances and with Max B's vocals playing, because for the longest time he would always perform and mute out the vocals. So we're like, oh, okay, this is a good sign. And then now we're hearing Jim Jones still talking negatively regarding Max B. And they asked him about it on the the Joe Budden podcast.
Being from the Bronx and Harlem, you just knew that it was tension. And I think y'all coming together and ending that was big. Do you think that at some point you and Max can get in that space?
Nah, we're not even going to talk about that. I'm going to spare you on that because I like you. But let's not go there. You don't even have to mention the name again. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Respect that.
All right, so you hear that clip there. And first off, man, Jimmy, stop it. Jim Jones irritates me, man, because flat out, y'all can't tell me no different. Jimmy, he worked with the feds. I don't want to hear it. Jimmy worked with the feds. And he's always out here trying to sound so tough. And it's like, come on, Jim, we've seen you come up on the losing end of situations before and stuff like that. And I don't know why I don't like when people gotta always be tough all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Bro, you're on a podcast. Okay, you go on podcasts to be interviewed, right? And Maul's just doing his job and asking you questions people want to hear. Like I said, they want to know. And then aside from it, you heard what he said. This was causing tension in the streets. You know what I mean? Those out there from the boroughs, from New York, tap in and let me know. Did you ever know that to be true or see that yourself where there was, you know, that tension out there in the streets bleeding over? You know what I mean? Almost between boroughs. Sometimes like they are talking about between Jim and Max. And Jim's got to talk about, oh, no, I like you, but don't do that. Don't do it. Like, come on, Jimmy, slow down. But I don't know. This is confusing to me. And then it kind of has me looking at French like, what's going on here, French? Like, how did you squash beef with Jim Jones and then he's out here still running around talking greasy about Max? Like, I don't know. I don't like this. Like, y'all comment and let me know what you guys think about this. And I don't know, too. I wanted to talk about, guys, there were one of my, you know, favorite YouTubers out there. I saw him, you know, he had Max B's brother / co-defendant talking, and they're saying Max B is a snitch. It sounded crazy to me, though, because the whole situation, you know, they're saying this has been public knowledge. So it just sounds weird. Like, the allegations are basically that the police were investigating this crime and that they didn't have anything. And Max B started talking with police and he implicated everyone, basically. Almost like if Max didn't say nothing, they would have been good. I don't know. And his brother's upset, you know what I'm saying, because Max was able to put in motions and everything and appeals and, you know, be able to go back in time, so to speak, in the court process and take that plea. And he'll be home like either at the end of this year or next year, I believe. Like, Max is coming home. But hit the comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. What Jimmy's talking about, the whole beef. Are you confused as to how him and French got cool now, too? Like, let's talk about it. But French better not do no verses with Jimmy. Even if they could get on the platform, I don't know that Versus would book that. But even if they did, like, come on, French, don't break bread with Jimmy while he's talking greasy about Max still. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a big Max B fan. That dude, you know, Wavy Crockett himself was the truth. And I don't know, man. What could have been, I don't know. And what could he still be when he comes home? We'll have to wait and see. But let's talk about it all. And then those snitching allegations as well. I want to know your guys' thoughts on all that. Now, moving along, the last story that we got to cover here, once again, Wack100, right? But he's talking about something different, not the type of topic that you would think, you know, you would see Wack tap in on the gram and talk about. You know what I mean? He ain't screaming on no one. He ain't talking about he's the biggest gangster ever. He's talking about spirituality. You see this post he put up? It says, this was from Wack. It says, this soul thing confuses me. There's never been a detection of anything but organs, blood, veins, bones, and flesh in the eternal body. My mind keeps me from believing the trend of what we want it to be. I'm convinced that when you die, you die. Our fear of the end motivates us to believe the man-made myths. And I don't know. I don't like this, guys. And it's not because my fear of death I just want to believe. I truly believe me, guys. I've sat and thought long and hard about this stuff. As a kid, being in detention centers, at times locked down for months in rooms, dolo, at times not even with reading material or a pen and paper or anything, man. Like, it was some bullshit, you know. Maybe I should share those stories someday. But like I said, Jay Coffee Talks no tough guy. I'm a square. I've really been through some things in life. But that's not what this channel's about or this video is about at the moment. We're talking on this topic. And I've just been up and down this situation. I've been up and down on this in my mind. And there's just no way. There's no way that we just expire. You know what I mean? It's just no. And I believe there actually is some studies that can kind of have seen souls or energy pass from the human body at the time of passing. Like, tap in and comment with your thoughts on that, guys. I'm not going to go too deep into this one because I think we're already pushing 10 minutes on this video, and it's just too long of a conversation. This is the kind of conversation that we do on my live streams, where you guys can call in on the phones. We do them late at night. Is basically like a live talk show podcast. We should be live tonight also. We just did one last night. My bro Alias taps in a lot, but maybe this is a conversation more well suited for something like that, because it's more of a long form conversation. But I don't believe what Wack's saying here. Do you believe this? I don't. But I will say this. A lot of people have a beef with organized religion and stuff like that. And I'll say this. I don't think that you necessarily need to stay up on church to be, one and in tune with your spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And to be a good person. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? You can do it without going to church, I believe. I don't know. It's a complex thing, like I said. So maybe we'll talk. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. And if you want to talk more about this, you want to tune into that live stream, maybe call in on the phone. Hit the comments with your thoughts on it all, as well as all the other topics we covered on this one. I thank you guys once again for tuning in, rocking with me. Like, seriously, guys, I love the support. That, you guys know I'm a smaller channel. I like to grind. I like to bring content. I like to be like a podcaster, media dude. That's what I do. And I really love y'all for supporting me, guys, and interacting in the discussions and all that. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell. And I'll catch you on the next one. It's J Coffee Talk, talking music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And I'm gone.